Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Saphir, and as you may have recently known, some people thought this was an April Fool's joke, but it actually wasn't. I am actually quitting Minecraft. I will be starting with story times and doing stuff outside also for videos. So yeah, hope you like these type of videos. So for today's video, I'm actually going to talk about how absolutely badly I hate my school lunch. So, normally at a school lunch, you would think of something absolutely gross about the food. But the reasons why I hate school lunch is a completely different topic over lunch. So, I have many reasons why I hate my lunch, and the first reason is because so many people gather around to get ready to go into the doors to the cafeteria. We go out and exit through our classroom, through outside, all the way back and to where the cafeteria is. And once we're there, there is about, I don't even know how to even count this, but around about 100 or 50 or something like that. So, and they're all gathered around the cafeteria door getting ready to go. And then when they're allowed to go in, people push and shove. It's crazy. It's almost absolutely every day. That's one reason why I absolutely hate my school lunch. Another reason why I hate my school lunch is because when we're all sitting down at our tables, getting ready to get called. Let's say, for example, you get called first. You are the first in line. Several minutes later, about 5 different classes get called. Now you're almost at the end of the line. Yeah, that's how bad lines are in this school. So many people cut, it's unbearable. So a lot of people cut in front of people to get to their friends or get to the food. So it kind of doesn't really matter if you're the last class to be called or the first class to get called. Because either way, people are going to cut, and you're eventually going to end up in the middle of the line, or even way back there, which I don't get why so many people cut in the cafeteria. I really hate it, and not many people actually get in trouble. The only reason why I don't get why I don't cut in line is so, of course, I don't get in trouble. But not many people actually get in trouble for cutting. Like maybe like 2 people out of the day, or 1 person out of the day gets in trouble for cutting. But that's about it. This is like one of the main reasons why I absolutely hate my school lunch. So yeah, just so I don't get in trouble for making this video from my school, this is all my opinions. Please don't kill me. I am innocent. I am good. I am not saying the school is bad. It is absolutely amazing. But one of the reasons why I hate school lunch also is because of how expensive the food is. Like, one pizza with a additional like little other thingy costs like $5, or just the pizza by itself costs $3. Another thing they have is also the snack bar, in which that area they have these really thin pizzas, and they're like $4. They're still super expensive. That's just one example of how expensive the food is at our school, and there's many other things that are way more expensive than just the pizza. So that is also one of the reasons why I don't really like my school lunch. So another thing I hate about my school lunch is that whenever a class gets to be called up to get in the lunch line, some kids from different other classes decide to sneak their way in to get their lunch first, which usually about 4 or 5 people actually do, and yeah, I really hate it. It's really annoying. And usually those kids are actually from my class, And we end up getting called last, which really stinks because all the rest of us are sitting there telling you to stop doing that and sit down so we can get our lunch. Also, another thing is that they don't call your lunch table unless everyone is sat down. And usually it's my table that has someone standing up because they've just got and arrived at the lunch. And then they stand there about for a minute, which a bunch of people are saying, "Sit down! Oh my gosh, please!" And that's usually how it ends up. Another thing is that usually, since we're almost the last people in our lunch table, it's the very back, we don't really get called up first that much. We usually end up being called last because usually apparently the teacher forgets about our table and we get called up last and we end up having to stay in the line, and the longs are super long and it takes a long time because a lot of the lunch ladies are super slow, and it takes up 15 minutes of our lunch just inside the line, and we barely have time to even eat our lunch. So usually the schedule for lunches at a time is really bad for people and some is good for people. Now, of course, different time periods are for lunch in different teams because we have team colors like orange, silver, copper, and teams like that. And we're basically mixed with 7th graders, and I'm an 8th grader. So there's a lot of 7th graders that are really childish, messing around in our lunch, which is another reason why it's really awkward inside the lunch. But back to the timing for our lunch. Now, a lot of people get their lunch at a early time, a late time, and a just right time. And usually I get my lunch at 11 something or 11:45. In my opinion, that's really late. And it's about before my 5th period, and we get out of school at 7th period. So usually by the time we get to lunch, we're still already hungry. We've been hungry since 4th period usually. And though it also may suck for the people that have lunch first, but in my opinion, I think it's worse to have a lunch period closer to the ending of school because you have to wait and through your classes and wait until it's lunchtime, and usually that's how it goes for me, in which that really sucks. So yeah. So another thing why I hate my school lunch is that you don't really get to sit anywhere in our lunch. We basically have our own assigned tables for the next class we go into. And the table that I'm sitting at, on one side, there is a bunch of people that do really bad choices and do get in trouble sometimes and say really weird stuff. And I just don't feel comfortable with that group. And then there's another group beside me that is really talking about anime and stuff like that. And it's the gamer side, I don't know. And though the people, let's just say on the people on the gamer side, they're a bit different than the normal person, so I also don't feel comfortable sitting with them. So myself, I am usually sitting at the center of the table, talking to no one. And that's really why I hate to have assigned seats. It really sucks. So yeah, that's how bad I feel about my school lunch. And that is the main reason why I'm excited to be going into high school next year to actually get some good lunch, since my brother has told me about some really good lunch that you can get there. So yeah, I hope you like these type of videos, and I will see you later.